All right, Coach Lora Erickson here. I'm finishing my cool down on my ride today, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about goal setting. I think this is a good time to do it since it's the first part of the year. And so I actually was a consultant for the American Heart Association, and they had a Utah-based program that was a 10-week weight loss program. And so I used to teach those classes, and this is one of the first things. Hi, Sherry. This is one of the first things we did was set goals. And I know a lot of people have great goals, but a lot of times as a trainer, hi, welcome. Oftentimes people don't break those goals down into something manageable that they can do on a daily basis. Hi, Kelly, thanks for joining. And so what I want to do is talk about what are your goals. So I'd love to hear what your goals are. Hopefully they're fairly specific, because we're going to be talking about a really common goal setting acronym that people use when they set goals, and that would be the S.M.A.R.T goal setting technique. And then the acronym, we'll go through what each of the letters means, and hopefully this can help you, narrow down your focus for your goals so you're a little bit, you'll do a little better, I think. I'm pretty specific. I'm a very goal-oriented person, and I'm very, very specific because I'm detail-oriented with my goals. But I get a lot accomplished, and I think that's why. So, and I'm sure you guys have all heard this S.M.A.R.T goal setting technique. So give me some comments or hearts or something so I know you're there. And make sure, I hope I didn't turn any of that off. I like that interaction. That's why I do this on Periscope. So, obviously I'm a sweating maniac here because I just finished my workout. So I like to use my time wisely. That's a goal I always have. So when it comes to the S.M.A.R.T goal setting technique, the S stands for specific. And this is probably, it's the first step, but it's usually the step that I think, it's easy to come up with generalized things we want to do. Run a race, that kind of thing. I actually really like races for goals because they're very specific, because it's usually a different, a length of time. That's what makes it specific, is it's a 5K, a half marathon, an Ironman, a half Ironman, whatever, it's a distance. Very specific. And so the goals that I think a lot of people have, and I think one of the reasons they struggle with this goal, the weight loss goal, is because it's not all in our control. So it's, you can set I want to lose 20 pounds goal, but even if you do everything right, you might not reach that, because I've got all these animals coming, my kitty and my dog, and I'm hoping they don't knock over my stuff here. So, so where were we at? I lost my train of thought. But so let's go back to the specific. Having something definitely very specific helps a lot. So this is real life, people. So again, something that's exact. With the weight loss goal, like I said, it's great to still say, a specific goal. But I think within that goal, you need to choose things that are fully controllable. Like I'm going to eat 2 fruits and 5 vegetables a day. Very specific. It happened or it didn't happen. Because, weight unfortunately isn't always in our control fully. Plus, I would say with, especially women, we have cycles that affect our weight. At least mine does, big time. So keep that into consideration when you're checking your weight. You'll notice too, if you check in the morning or in the night, it could fluctuate like 3 pounds. Mine does. A lot of that's water weight, hydration issues. So do not be a slave to the scale. It's a helpful tool for measurement, but it's not your value, your number value. So, okay, so be specific with your goals, whatever you want to do. They should be measurable. Again, going back to as a 5K, whatever, and then breaking it down into, obviously we want to choose a goal for the year, but it's nice if you break it down even further into what do I want to do this month, then what do I want to do this week, what do I want to do today, what do I want to do in the next hour. I'm like I said, I'm anally detailed, so smoke at least once a week. So getting down to hopefully less than you were before. That is great goal. So definitely measurable. That's very specific too, once a week. And even more specific for that goal is how long. 1 cigarette, whatever you're choosing for your goal, if that was one of your goals, is less, obviously, with that. So definitely measurable on a daily basis is going to be great. So like if I choose a goal that's I'm going to drink X amount of water, obviously I'm going to have a certain amount of ounces of water that I'm going to have every day. Right now, one of my specific goals for less sugar, great, but what does less mean? I think I'm a big believer in using MyFitnessPal. Push faster on the bike, definitely a good one. Let's make them even more specific. So let's take the sugar one for example. I said I like the MyFitnessPal app. It's portable, free, easy to use, faster and faster. Hey, I'm doing my cool down, people. I already kicked my butt, so I'm sweating like a banshee if you can't tell. I did pretty hard, so you guys are funny. Anyway, so back to the sugar thing. If you want to do less sugar, you first have to know how much you're having, right? So you have to track what you're having to make a goal that's specific. And then say, okay, I want to get down to 150 grams of carbohydrate a day. To know if you're reaching that goal, you have to track it, right? So the one of my goals for the next 30 days, and I'll give you an example of a very specific measurable goal, is for the next 30 days, I am tracking my calories, which I do often anyway on MyFitnessPal. I like to make sure I'm getting enough calories so I don't lose weight. Where I'm at, I don't want to lose a lot of weight right now. I want to keep my muscle on, so I'm maintaining muscle. And that's a question I've been asked recently, so I'll go through that. But for the next 30 days, tracking everything, and then particularly looking at the minerals, calcium and potassium. Those are ones that are really valuable for me in my sport and what I'm doing. Iron, all of them are really, but I just thought I'd choose 2 and really work on those 2. Make sure I'm doing all I can in my diet to get those things, so I don't have to supplement or anything. And so those are the 2 I'm working on. And it's measured because I plug everything in. It spits out a number, tells me how many milligrams I'm at, tells me how many milligrams I need. So that is really specific one. That's a daily goal. So it is specific, it is measurable, or measurable. The next thing is A, is heart war blue. I'm not sure what that means. The next one is A, which means it's achievable. You know, I have a lot of people come to me and they have great goals, but they want to do, okay, I've got 100 pounds to lose, I want to do a marathon. Don't laugh at me. And they say that, and I said, I'm not going to laugh at all. But I'm going to tell you, you're not doing it next month. And we get realistic with it, and we think, what is really achievable in the next year? And can a marathon be done and lose 100 pounds in a year? Yes. What has to be done to make that happen? That's where we break it down into a little, achievable steps and something that's very specific and measurable. And then the next one would be, some people will say R is relevant, or I like to say it's realistic. Is it something that you can achieve, and is it something that really you're motivated to do right now? Thanks. That is good. But is it something that, some of the goals that I have for yes, I do have goals for 2020 and 2025 and all that. But I like to plan my life. I'm a set your sail kind of girl. I don't like to go with the flow. Dead fish go with the flow, my husband says. So I set my sails. I have goals. I have things I want to accomplish. Do they change? Yes. Do they morph? And do they become different? Yes. But I have an idea of where I want to go. I got sweat in my elbow. This really helps, but I still sweat like a banshee. So again, are they relevant to now? It says, one of my goals this year, this is sort of a generalized, I have made it actually more specific, but is to use all my talents. I have a lot of talents I just haven't been using because I've really been focusing on athletics and triathlon and coaching. But I have a lot of other things I can do. Most people know me for running and triathlon and coaching, but I have a lot of other interests and talents. So I've, you know, taken what I know about myself. And of course, we're still discovering things about ourselves, but I'm trying to really hone and use everything I can do. And so, some of the things that, you know, I'm not going to be able to use everything. I mean, I don't think we all can, but some of the things that I want to do in, 2018 are going to be related to things that they're just not applicable in my life as much right now. I like to do art, and I do some art, and I like to sketch. It's very much a hobby right now. I would like to do that more. Probably when I'm older, I'm going to be an old lady painting. I'm going to have an art room, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm not going to be able to do as much with that right now. So is it, whatever goals you have for yourself, utilize what you can, and then, have plans for the future for yourself, but make it relevant to what you are doing now. I'm not super motivated to spend 4 hours of my day painting right now or sketching when I need to be doing other things just at this time in my life. I have 4 kids and I need to spend time with them, so I teach them how to draw. I teach them how to cook, and I utilize my talents that way. But make it relevant. Make it something you're motivated to do. I mean, if you're not motivated to lose weight, don't keep setting that goal every single January 1st for yourself. Choose something that you're really motivated to do. And if you're not motivated, and you should be for something that's healthy, then put yourself around people that love it. You will learn to love things you never thought you could love when you're around it. I had a running club for quite some time, and I remember people coming to the club going, I want you to help me learn to love running. And I said, well, if you're around people that run, love it, you'll probably love it more. And I had a comment yesterday on one of the posts. I shared some of my goals. One of my goals is to be more educational with my social media outlets. And one person, indicated, I want to learn to love running. And I pointed out to her that for the meantime, until I cover that topic, which I will, I would say this for anyone that struggles with health goals, is to appreciate that you can do it. With running, I'm so grateful. I mean, I was hit by a truck a year ago and I am still able to run. Is it frustrating because my knee is never going to be the same? Yes, absolutely. Had to have knee surgery. But I can still run, thank goodness, because I love it, and that would be so hard. But, if you don't love running, think about the person in the wheelchair that would love to get up and run, and they can't. Do it because you can. And do it and look and focus on what you enjoy about it, what you get from it. Yeah, maybe it's not enjoyable when you're doing it, but when you're done, you can shop in the section you want to shop in. You can eat, more calories. I wouldn't say you don't need to eat unhealthy calories, but certainly helps. But I think perspective matters. Do pick something relevant. Do pick something you're motivated to do. If you want to be motivated to do it, be around people that are. That helps a lot. There's a lot of support groups out there. Not only physical support groups you can go to, but also like on Facebook, there's a lot of different groups for different interests. Go there and find support that you need. So the next one, so we've covered SMART goal setting technique. We've covered specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, or realistic. And the last one would be time. Some people say timely. I like to say time-bound because this is why I like racing. It's very time-bound. The race is X date, and it's not changing if you're not ready for it or not. So I love my athletes, anybody that I'm working with. And I actually work with a lot of people just wanting to lose weight. They don't want to run or anything. We just do different things, whatever. There's so many great ways to get fit. You don't have to run, but I love to run. I want them to run if they can, and if they want to. But even if they're not a runner per se, maybe we're doing walking, or we're doing elliptical, or we're doing climbing, we're doing, bulking, whatever they're doing, a competition for physique or whatever we're doing. I want to have a deadline for them. If it's one that is like a race, great. It's a public deadline. The other is making your own deadline. You know, set a date and say, by this time, I want to achieve whatever it is. And again, breaking that goal down into, if it's something far away, like an Ironman, you know, last year, the Ironman, I set a goal to do an Ironman, and it was like months and months and months. I had to have little goals in between, right, to get me there. Certainly helped. But you can break it down. The farther you can break it down, the better. So, you know, a year, and then monthly, and then weekly, and then daily. And I'm a crazy girl. I like to be very effective with my time. So I spend a certain amount of time organizing on my office or whatever. I do like to stay organized. But if I can't spend, I'd love to spend my whole day organizing my office or something. I don't have all day to do it. So I'll set a timer, and that I do as much as I can in an hour. That's even a good goal, because it's just as much as I can do. Maybe it's not as fixed, but I only have that amount of time. Maybe it's 10 minutes. I think consistency matters with goals too. Is getting out there and not expecting perfection, but expecting yourself to do your best. So you get in there, you do your very best, you're probably going to do pretty darn good. So, and then don't be afraid to adapt your goal. Some people are really strict, and I think that's great if it was a realistic goal. Some people, you'll discover, wow, that wasn't very realistic, you know, and then you have to adapt it. Don't be afraid to adapt your goal. And one other thing I would say is revisit your goal. You know, if you haven't had some sort of, you know, hey, how am I doing? Do I need to adapt it? Then you're going to be missing out on the effectiveness of the goal itself. So definitely I would say, you know, revisit it again. But I will finish my cool down. I'm actually pretty longer than I wanted, but finish the rest of my workout here. But I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and just wanted to show you my purple nails. I love this color, just saying. Have a great day and make it healthy. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.